On a quiet evening in August 1966, Brazil was struck by a mystery so baffling it would go on to haunt investigators for years. The mystery in question is known as the lead masks case, an enigma that has captivated the world with its strange details, eerie circumstances, and the unanswered question that continues to puzzle everyone who learns about it. Let's dive deep into the mystery that has intrigued many, from cryptic notes to strange deaths. On August 20th, two men were found dead on Vintém Hill in Niterói, Rio de Janeiro, under circumstances so odd that even seasoned detectives struggled to come to any definitive conclusions. The discovery came when a young boy, flying a kite on the hill, stumbled across the bodies of two men lying side by side. At first glance, it seemed like an ordinary case of an unexplained death, but as investigators began to examine the scene, they realized this was no ordinary case. Both men were dressed in formal suits, wearing homemade lead masks over their eyes. But it didn't end there. They were also covered by waterproof coats, a curious detail that raised even more questions. As authorities combed the area for more clues, they stumbled upon an empty water bottle, a packet containing 2 wet towels, and something that would become central to the investigation: a small notebook. The notebook contained a cryptic message that to this day has never been fully deciphered. The note read, 1630, be at the agreed place. 1830, swallow capsules. After effect, protect metals. Wait for mask signal. What did this message mean? Who were the men waiting for? And why were they wearing lead masks? The men were identified as Manoel Pereira da Cruz and Miguel José Viana. They were both electronics technicians from the city of Campos dos Goitacazes, and they had been missing for several days prior to being found on Vintém Hill. Their families reported them missing on August 17th, after they had left home with plans to buy equipment and a car. Instead, they boarded a bus to Niterói, which was the last place they were seen alive. According to witnesses, before their deaths, the two men visited a bar in Niterói where they purchased 2 identical raincoats and a bottle of mineral water. A bartender who saw them described Viana as unusually nervous, constantly checking his watch as if awaiting some kind of signal. This brief encounter would be the last time anyone saw the two men alive. They disappeared shortly after, and just days later, their bodies were found on the hill. The autopsy results were just as mysterious as the circumstances surrounding the deaths. The men had no visible signs of trauma, nor did they show any symptoms of poisoning. In fact, the medical examiners concluded that the men had died from some form of undetermined causes, as the bodies were too decomposed for any definitive tests. It was as if the cause of death was hidden by some otherworldly force, something investigators just couldn't understand. As the investigation unfolded, one particularly strange detail emerged. Both men were known to have an interest in scientific spiritism, a belief system that combines science and spirituality, often with an emphasis on communicating with extraterrestrial beings or spirits. It was believed that the two men had been working on an experimental device designed to help facilitate these supposed communications with otherworldly entities. Some even speculated that they had attempted to contact spirits or beings from beyond the earth using their device, but something went horribly wrong during the process. One of the most popular theories is that the two men ingested capsules to enhance their spiritual experience. Perhaps they took these substances to heighten their perception or enable them to communicate with spirits or extraterrestrials. Some have suggested that the lead masks were used to protect their eyes from the potentially harmful effects of the experiment. But did this experiment lead to their deaths? Was it a tragic accident or something far more sinister? Others have proposed a much darker explanation, that the men were involved in a criminal activity gone wrong. Some suggest they were trying to broker a deal involving radioactive materials, and that something went horribly awry, leading to their deaths. However, no conclusive evidence was ever found to support this theory, and it remains another layer to the mystery. What truly happened that night on Vintém Hill? Was it a failed spiritual experiment, a criminal conspiracy gone wrong, or was it something far more bizarre and unexplainable, something that modern science and reasoning simply can't explain? The lead masks case has lingered as one of Brazil's most mysterious unsolved cases, still shrouded in secrecy after more than 5 decades. While there have been many theories, no one has been able to explain the strange sequence of events surrounding the deaths of Manoel Pereira da Cruz and Miguel José Viana. The combination of the lead masks, the cryptic note, and the unexplained deaths continues to perplex even the most seasoned investigators. The case remains open to this day, and despite various attempts to solve it, the truth remains hidden. Every year, new theories emerge and new research is conducted, but the question remains unanswered. What really happened to these 2 men? Was it a tragic, failed attempt to make contact with extraterrestrial beings? Was it the result of a botched criminal deal? Or was it something far stranger, something that goes beyond what we understand? Let us know in the comments. Do you think the lead masks case is a result of a failed spiritual experiment, a botched criminal act, or something more otherworldly? If you found this video intriguing, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more mysteries from around the world. And don't forget to hit the bell icon to get notified about our latest videos.